are regulars. I'm looking at the comments now. I'm not going to be able to watch them in a minute because I'm going to flip the camera around. But I'll just take a minute. Let's see what time it is. 7:02. So I'm a few minutes late. Sorry about that. So if you're new to my channel, I'm Dawn Duvall. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. And I am live in the Villages, Florida, which is central part of the state. And welcome. I am here every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you would please like my Facebook page and share this video, I'd greatly appreciate it. And when you do so, your name will go into a drawing, and I will hand out or mail the cards to you all. And then in addition to that, make sure you go to my YouTube channel because I upload videos there as well, and that's at Shall We Stamps. And make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you'll get notified when I upload new videos. And then I am now on TikTok under the ampersand Shall We Stamp. So hi Phyllis, I'm glad you found me. It wasn't you, it was me, honey. I was running behind as usual. Computer issues. So I'm on TikTok now. It's a whole different ball game, how that thing works over there, and a whole different type of audience. So anyways, I'm going to give that a try and see how that works. I'm trying to fix my hair. So, okay. Well, tonight we are going to do cards that are strictly using designer series paper. I was reading messages, which I shouldn't do. We're going to use designer series paper, and just again, it's to show you how you can, if you don't have the stamp sets, you can always use the paper and then use whatever stamp sets you have on hand. So I'm going to work with the Blackberry Beauty designer series paper, and I'll show you all that. If you haven't seen it, I do believe this is on back order again. When it comes back, I highly recommend, if you like it, you better grab it, because who knows if it goes on back order again. So, all right, I'm going to take the camera and give me 1 second. I'm going to get myself situated. One thing I did want to do is I do have an online class. I have a class coming up this Saturday that is still open if you want to register for the to-go class. It's using the Peaceful Deers and the paper, and I'll show you a few of the cards once I flip down. If you're interested, the class is $30 plus $8 for priority shipping, and I would have to know by tomorrow morning because I'm going to start preparing the packages to try to get all the kits cut and everything. So I'll show you that in just a minute. All right, now I am going to take a piece of paper, and I'm going to cover up this camera so I don't jiggle y'all around, and I'm going to swipe that out of the way. So give me a second. I'm going to put you in the mount, and we'll go from there. Hang on a minute. Give me a minute. Sorry about all the noise. If you flip it over, that's all the Blackberry coloring. And then this one has the owls. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, are y'all upside down? I can't tell if y'all are. I think we're good. Hopefully you're not upside down, or I'm upside down. I guess we'll find out in a minute, won't we? Am I upside down? No, I don't. Are y'all looking at this upside down? I can't remember if you are or not. Let me flip my comments. Somebody let me know, is this up? Let me see. Is that upside down to you guys? Oh, I got to hit my little button, don't I? Hold on a minute. I got to figure out how to flip my camera. How do I do that? Nope, not that. Hang on. We don't want to do that. I think I should have flipped my camera before I did anything. Oh my God, I should just not touch anything. Let's see. Hang on. I know I got a little flippy-do thing. Here, this is it. Anyways, we'll get back to the paper. So hopefully, let me flip everything around. All right, so this is the side that has the owls. Really pretty paper. It's got some gold in it. And, of course, all the backs are different Blackberry. This is pretty. It's got gold and then the cinnamon cider. And then the back side of that one. And this one, isn't this gorgeous? I love this one. That is really pretty. And then the back side of this one, again, has got like little ivy looking things. Here's one that's black. This is really a lot of gold, and isn't that beautiful? And then it's got the dark, like little wood things. And then this one here is leaves. And then the back side is like a zigzaggy houndstooth type thing, or not houndstooth, but just like a zigzag. Okay, well that's the paper that that's the paper, and I'm throwing things on the floor now. So that's the paper we're going to work with tonight. So let's go ahead and let me show you the card that we're going to be working on. Let me put it that way. Hang on one second. I'm dropping everything on the floor. I can tell it's going to be one of those nights. It's never fails. It's the comedy hour with Dawn Duval. It's Shall We Stamp? Gotta laugh. Gotta love it. Okay, so this is the card that we're going to be making. I love this paper. I think this is gorgeous. Don't you guys? I just love it. All right, hopefully that is how you all can see that. Let me turn my this around because it's really confusing everybody. All right, so this is gray granite, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And let me go ahead and pull in my stamp that we're going to be using and the items that we're going to be using as well. Okay, and I am using cinnamon cider, and I'm also using the sunflower dies because I don't have the leaf dies that are in the fall catalog, so I was trying to find something, and this one came pretty so I used these two out of the sunflower dies, and I used this on another card. I'll show you what I made when we get done. So these are the dies that I used with this particular. I don't have the stamp set, so I'm using what I have. And then for my sentiment, I am using Lovely You, and I'm not sure which sentiment we're using out of here, but we're going to use one of these. I think it is, a cherished friend. So we're going to use this one right here. Okay. All right. And then we're going to use some of the gold ribbon that we have and our paper. So let me go ahead and move all of this off to the side, and we'll go ahead and get started. All right. Now, hopefully everybody is on and can see me. So let me get my paper trimmer in, and we are going to bring our paper in. Whoops, not that one. And score this this is 8.5, so we're going to score it at 4 1/4. So that's right about there. And yeah, let's see, make sure. Okay, so that's 4 1/4, and then we'll fold that in half. Oops, that didn't work, did it? Hang on. I guess I didn't push hard enough on that. That's a first, but it's my luck, isn't it? It's my day. It's my lucky day. All right, so you have to, you got to make the best of the situations, don't you? Just got to keep on keeping on. All right, so we're going to go ahead and fold. Well, that didn't score at 4 1/4, did it? Let me do this again. Hang on. You know what? Hold up. Let me just grab a piece. I got one right here, I think. All right, let's do this. Let's just fold it over. It's going to work. We'll see. All right, hang on. We're just going to fold it and see if we can. It's going to be covered up, so no one's going to see it anyways. Okay, 4 1/4. Obviously, I can't see. All right, we're going to make the card in the landscape mode. And we're going to attach this piece, which is 5.5 by 4 1/4. So we're going to go ahead and add our adhesive to this. So let me go ahead and do that. And then let me get here in the camera because I apologize. I'm used to being able to watch myself in my iPad, and for whatever reason, it's not connecting. And I was afraid to delete the app and then reload it, because then I'd have to reload all my stuff. So I was afraid to do that because I thought, oh my God, I better not do that because then we'll be here all night. So anyways, all right, so I cut this piece so it just covers the entire length of the card, and I'm going to take this so I can see it because I'm going to need to pull it up, pull it around a little bit and make sure I get it even. And then I think, looking at this, I may have to do a little trimming, maybe just a tad, not much. So let's see. Hang on. I've got to look at it my way. All right. So we're going to just trim a little bit off the side. It's not much at all, actually. So we're going to just cut right along this edge. And I always butt my snips up against the edge of the cardstock so that I can make sure I get it cut straight. And we'll come back in down here and cut. And we'll go right on to that. So it's just hanging over just a little bit. And sometimes that happens when you're, when you're cutting with your paper trimmer and it doesn't line up exactly. Okay, so there's the front of our card. Isn't that pretty? I just love this. Okay, and then I've just taken some strips from the other paper. So here's one that's from the owls. This is the bottom piece that I cut off of here. So I just cut that off to give me the 5.5. So I'm going to flip that around. We're going to use this piece, and then I'm going to attach this piece as well. And I'm going to cut, I might cut this one down just a little bit. So I'm going to just snip this off, just get it a little bit shorter. So we're going to go ahead and add this, and then I'm going to add, let's see, do I want to, no, let's leave it straight. So let's go ahead and add this one down. I might make it a little bit lower so we don't take away from the beautiful flowers. I think I might do that. Okay. All right. Let's get started here. Okay. Well, thank you all for bearing to putting up with my craziness and my internet. I tell you, you would think that we'd have this down, right? It never fails. You know, I told my husband, I said, every time I get in here and get early and get ready to do everything, go figure, something else happens. I'm just going to push this down a little bit lower than I would on if it was going the other direction. And this is hanging over a little bit, so we'll just trim all that off when we get done. That's no big deal. And then I'm going to add some adhesive. Let me get my craft sheet. This is a must-have, as I always say. You got to have this in your craft room because it keeps your adhesive from sticking all over your table and all of that stuff. Okay. Oops. All right, so we're going to plop this little guy over, and I'm going to put this up a little bit towards the top, just a little bit, and I'm going to butt him up on this side, and then we're going to leave that side down. Let me move this out of the way. I'm trying to make sure that I'm in the camera. Okay. All right, so we've got that there. Now I want to add these little leafy things, and I'm going to, let's see, I don't want it there. I'm going to put one here. Let me think about this. Yeah, I think I'll put one here because we're going to cover this up when we put the gold ribbon on it. And I can trim these down too. So if I might do that just to give me some extra height here because I don't want all that. So let's trim. I'm going to trim this one off. I'm going to cut that one down. And we'll put him right about there. And I'll glue him down in just a second. And then I'm going to put, I think I'll put one down towards the bottom. I think I'll put this one this way since we've already got, let me trim this one off. We'll just add this little piece right here. Okay, so we'll just stick that one right there. So let's put a little bit of adhesive on here. And get some little, just put a little bit of glue on there. Probably be easier just to use glue dots, but that's all right. All right, so we're going to put this one right about there. And then we'll do some on this one. So let me get my dots, my glue over here. I just love this paper. This is the first time I've really actually got to use it. And I was just so excited with just the colors and just the whole, there's just the, well, what they call it, the beauty. It's beautiful. All right, so we're going to put that one right there. Now, this is going to be covered up, so don't freak out about that, okay? And then this one, we're going to have him, he's going to hang up a little bit higher than everybody else. So let me just put a little bit of glue on here. Okay. All right. And we're just going to lay that one. Let's do about like that. We'll bring him up a little bit because we don't want him to be seen either. Okay, so we're going to put him there if I get my fingers off of it. All right, so that's going to go there. Okay, we'll put these off to the side. We don't need all those. I cut extras just in case, but we're not going to do that. Okay, so we have that. Now we're going to put our gold ribbon down. And I'm just going to take a piece and run it. So let me cut this. And we're going to take that right there. And I'm going to put my seal over the back side of the ribbon. If this one's still, I brought another one over here because I'm thinking this one's about to run out. And I think it's about to do it. I think that's enough to hold it down. And I'm just going to cover this up, probably towards the center. And I want to get it right on the edge because I want the cover that seam as well. So I'm going to pull this up just a little bit and we're going to press that down. Hopefully that is going to adhere. Is that straight? Let me turn around and look at it. It's a little crooked, so let's see. Bear with me 1 second. It's kind of hard to look at this upside down, isn't it? And let's see, I need to put some adhesive on here. Hold on. Let's put some adhesive on this part. All right, I think we got enough to do that. Okay, let's put that down. And I'm going to trim this a little bit. I'm going to put it like that. Oops, I cut my little tail right on off, didn't I? All right, hang on. Let's do it this way. All right, well, we'll fix it. We will fix that. All right, so that's going to go there. And then I've got a piece of Very Vanilla. And this measures actually it's almost 4 inches. And I think it's like not quite 3/4. I think it's 5/8. And we're going to stamp our sentiment on this. So let me open, move some of the stuff out of the way. I'm running out of room. Okay, so we're going to use our cinnamon cider and Cherish Your Friend, and that's from the Lovely You stamp set. If I didn't show you that, that's where it's from. It's a really nice stamp set. I always forget that I have it. All right, and I'm going to stamp this on here. Let me stand up so I can make sure I get this in here, and it's going to be backwards for you all, but let's see if we can get it all on here. Okay, I think that's good. And then I'm going to come back, and I think because I've got so much space right there, I'm going to take one of the smaller stamps in the set, and I'm going to pull this, this right here. I'm going to pull that one out, and we're going to stamp that on each side. And that'll give us a little something. So let me get that on here. And I apologize that this is upside down for you all. I'm not good about stamping upside down. I guess I'll have to start practicing that, won't I? Okay, so we've got that. All right, and then we're going to put this up on dimensionals. So let's grab those. And I'm going to put probably 4 because it's a pretty long piece. So let's do that. I'm going to flip that over and we'll just pop the dimensionals down here. Whoops, I got one too many. All right, throw those over there out of the way. And it is an easy card. I mean, when you're doing the designer series paper, it just, you know, just use any kind of stamp set you have. And then you can make all sorts of really cute cards, you know. And then we're gonna let's see, do we want to, yeah, let's do a little tail. So I'm gonna do a little tail right here because I've got room to do that. So I'm gonna cut the tail, and I go in from the center, and then I cut from corner to corner and just snip it right out. Okay, and then I'm gonna center that right about here. Hopefully that's centered. All right, so far so good. Let me take a look at that. So far so good. All right, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of the basic white. I don't know why I didn't do vanilla. I've got white here. And I'm taking the piece. This is another piece that I cut off, and I trimmed it down, and we're going to add that to the bottom of our card. Well, no, we're not, because it goes the other way. Never mind. Forget that. I was thinking I was doing the other card. So we're going to add a piece of Whisper White on here. Basic white, I'm sorry. We'll add our basic white here. Actually, what I'll probably do is put a piece of Very Vanilla since I've got that on the front. So I'll just, I won't tack this down. All right, so that's the first card. So you can see the difference just by our having it one going in the portrait mode and then one in the landscape mode. Isn't that cute? And all it is just using your paper and a sentiment stamp, and you're good to go. All right, so there's one. Now let's go ahead and do the next one. Let me move all of this out of the way. Let's see. The next one we're going to be doing, hang on 1 second, bear with me. All right, this one, unfortunately, I had to do a sympathy card, so I'm going to use this one. And on one of our ladies that's real active with our therapy dogs, and the Reed, more of the therapy dogs actually, her husband passed away. So they asked me to send a card. So I'm going to send this one out to her. Okay, so this is a Slimline card, and I will make an envelope. So whoever gets this, I'll have an envelope made for you as well. And this one has a belly band. So we're just going to take the band off and then open it up. And then you can write your sentiment on there. If you have some stamps you want to dress it up, you can do that as well. All right. So this is what we're going to do this evening. So let me put the belly band back on and we'll get started. And I'll give you the measurements for this one here in just a minute. I got to pull out my Stampin' trimmer because we're going to need that. Put that over there. And this one we're going to be using Rich Razzleberry cardstock. And then I'm going to use the Rich Razzleberry ink. Or paper, ink, sorry. And let me pull out all of my pieces. And I am going to use some retired gold ribbon that I have just because I couldn't find something else. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so this is my inside, and I'll give you all these measurements here in a minute. Okay, so you're going to take a piece of cardstock, and it's going to be cut at 8 3/4 by 7 inches. Okay. So you're going to cut it at 8 3/4 by 7. So this is going to be our, this is our 8 3/4 side, and then this is our 7 side, right? Okay, so on the 7-inch side, we're going to score. You want to come in on both sides. Let me move my stuff out of the way. We're going to score it 1 3/4. So I'm going to move up over here. And we're going to line that up at 1 3/4, and I'm going to score that. Okay. And then I'm just going to turn it around and do it the same way. 1 3/4. All right, so we're at 1 3/4. Make sure I got it lined up. You always make sure you check your top and the bottom. I want to make sure everything is even. All right. Okay, so that's all we've got to do for this one, for our scoring. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, now we're going to fold these in. And it's making like a gatefold, I guess is what you would call it, right? A gatefold card, okay? Now, see, sometimes you got to be a little careful because the, they may be off just a little bit, but that's fine. We're going to actually, let me adjust this one. This one's off just a tad. So we're just going to lay him flat, and we're going to burnish that down. And then this one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to burnish it. All right, so here's our card. All right, and let's make sure I've got these right. 1 3/4, 1 3/4. All right. Okay, now for the inside piece, you're going to do, this is 3, I want to say it's 3 3/4, or hang on a minute. It is 3 1/2. Okay, so I've cut a piece of Very Vanilla, which is going to be 3 1/4 by 8 1/2. Okay, so 3 1/4 by 8 1/2. That's going to go on the inside. And let's see, did I bring anything for? No, I did not. Okay, so we're not going to decorate that. So let's go ahead and we'll add this. Let me find my glue. Add that to the inside. I thought I had a piece of paper cut to go on here, but I don't think I do. Let me just double check before I start tearing stuff apart here. Nope, we're good. Okay, so this is going to go on the inside of our card so we can write our message. And I'm going to move it over just a little bit so it looks even. I'm sorry, I got to turn things around. I guess I could have looked at it that way. I think that's good enough. Okay. All right. Now, you're going to have 2 strips that are cut at 1 1/2. So if this is 1 3/4, these are 1 1/2, and they are 1 1/2 by 8 1/2, right? Because this is 8 3/4. So we're going to put that down. Let me go ahead and turn it this way, and I'll put it down so that y'all can see it. So I'm just going to attach that to the front piece. And am I in the camera? I want to make sure. I think I am. Okay, so we're just going to add some adhesive here. All right, and then take this little guy, pick it up, and I'm going to place it so that the owls are facing you all. So I'm going to place that piece right there and lay it right about there. And you could always do another layer underneath too if you wanted. But isn't this gorgeous? Don't you just love those owls? Oh, I just think they're so pretty. All right, and then we have our second piece. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with this one. And again, I'll make envelopes. So whoever gets these cards will have envelopes for them since they're the Streamline or the Slimline cards. All right, let's make sure I've got my owls going in the right direction, which means they got to go this way, right? Since y'all are watching that way. And we're going to lay that down. And let me pull this one up a little bit. And we'll move it slightly over. Okay, I think that's good. All right, we go in. Hopefully we've got our owls. Aren't they beautiful? Isn't that just gorgeous? Oh, I just love it. All right, and then we're going to do a belly band. And I cut the belly band at 8, it's almost 8.5, which I'm going to cut it off. But we're going to go ahead and add this now. So I'm going to leave it down, and then I'm folding it over, and we're going to trim because we don't need all this excess, right? So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a fold so that I can make sure I get a straight fold here. And then I'm going to burnish that with my bone folder. And then we'll put that on here. And then we're going to come back with this one and we're going to flap it over, and we can leave it like that. So let me just give it a little burnish and make sure we've got this straight as well, because we want to hide our seams. So we don't want our seams to be seen. Okay. All right. So that's going to go like this, and then that's going to go just like that. And you don't want it too tight because you want to have it to where it's going to slide off, and that should work. So I'm going to go ahead and put some Stampin' Seal on this. Now, I'm sorry, Stampin' Seal. If you don't want that much on there, you can cut it off, but it's not going to hurt anything. So I'm just going to put a couple of strips right there, and we'll just tack that down. That's good. We'll just put another one right there, make sure it's even. All right, so there's our belly band. Okay, so that's going to slide pretty easily. Now I used one of the Stitch So Sweetly dies. So we're going to use this, and we're going to stamp our sentiment in our Rich Razzleberry. And then this one I'm making a birthday card. I'm not going to make this one sympathy. This one we're going to make a birthday card. And then I'm going to try to add some balloons. So let's see how that goes. What do you think? All right. I cut some balloons, and let me get my happy birthday so it's straight, because he looks like he's crooked. And, you know, if you're not sure if it's straight or not, I always just stamp it on a piece of scratch paper. I think that looks good. So we're going to stamp happy birthday. Okay, hopefully, and then look, did it do a crooked? Not too bad. All right, that's not too bad. That will survive. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, wow, this isn't taking as long as I thought it was going to do, even though I started late too. All right, so we have our happy birthday. Let me flip that back around. All right, and what I did is I used the retired balloon punch that we have, and I've punched out some balloons with the gold foil paper, the cardstock, and then a piece of the owl, but I'm going to flip it around. And I think I'm going to put that balloon on here. And I'm going to glue that one down just to give it a little bit of a design there. All right, so what I want to do is I'd like to, and then these guys, we're going to pop them, somehow we're going to get them on here. So let's bring the card in, and we'll play with it and see how we want our balloons. And then I've got some string we're going to attach, retired string that we're going to attach. So we're going to put that there. And this is going to be popped up on dimensionals. But for now, I just want to place the balloons somewhere. And I'm thinking of possibly, maybe I'll do one off to the side and then these two overlapping each other. All right, I got to turn this around because I have to be able to look at this. I'm not good at looking upside down. I know y'all aren't either, and I'm making y'all do that. So let's see how we want to do our balloons. I think I'm going to do that, and we'll have, no, maybe we should just do the 2. Let's see. All right, let's see. I don't know. What do y'all think? Maybe I should go with the smaller gold, or no gold at all. Maybe I should just put one there, put one balloon. This is the part that you have to think about. So give me a minute. I have to think through this. Well, that might look okay like that. If that goes there, these 2 could go on. I could have these up higher. What, couldn't I pop them up? Or maybe I could just have a gold one up. He could be up higher. He could be actually on the paper. Do we want that? Maybe. Oh, let's do that. Why don't we put one here on the side? I think we'll go with that. All right, so I have this old gold baker's twine that we had years ago. I'm not sure how long ago it's been, but I'm going to add this to our balloon, and then we're going to tie it off, and I'll probably glue it down so it doesn't go anywhere. And try to get it in the little balloon thingy, and we'll just pull that on there, and I'm going to put some adhesive to hold it down, or a glue dot, either way. And then I'm going to just pull some down and cut it. We'll just leave a little bit of a longer tail. And let's see, let's put a, yeah, this isn't going to work. So let's do, all right, I'm going to do a glue dot instead. So let me just cut another piece so we don't have to sit here and fight with it. Okay, let's do a glue dot. And we'll tack him on the back. I wanted to have it wrapped around. I guess we'll wrap it around this way. And we'll attach it. I'll just do it like that. And I'll attach it so it holds on to that. Let's see. All right. Let's put a glue dot. We'll put that right underneath where the thread, where I've got it, and I'm going to put another one on there to hold it as well. There we go. I think that's going to hold it. Let me stick another one on there just to be on the safe side. Never have enough glue dots, right? All right, let's pop them up. Stick him down there again. And let's put one right here. I'm going to roll this up just a little bit so we don't see it. And I'm going to put it right underneath this piece right here. So he's going to be hidden. Get him under there. Hang on a second. Let's hide him. We're going to hide there we go. Okay, so now we've got our balloon. So let's trim up, our tails are a little bit too long. Let's cut that one. Okay, so let's do, all right, so if we do, I'll turn it this way. So if we do this, we can put him down here. We can put him off to the side with our tails hanging. And then why don't we do something like that on this side? We'll try that, see what it looks like. So let's cut another piece. Actually, what we should do is, I'll just take, that's easier, I'll just glue it. I just come up with a novel idea. Y'all probably already thought about this. I'm just going to put some adhesive right here. And I'm just going to lay the, get that little piece of paper off there. I'm going to lay the thread. That's probably easier, and it's going to hold better as well. So we'll just do it like that. There we go. There we go. We'll just do it like that. That's much better, isn't it? Get him over there. And we'll trim this one up. And we'll cut this one down. We don't need that much tail hanging off. All right. And I think I'm going to go back and let's do that one. I like that. I like that a lot better, but I do like the wrap around it. I think I'll leave this one. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to add some glue dots. So let's put a glue dot on here, and we're going to put 2 on. Now we'll just put 1 on there, and then we'll go ahead and put some on here. Now this one you want to be careful. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place them on here, so that way I know that they're going to be covered. And then I think we just need 2. That should work. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me take this one off my finger. Put that one back. All right, so let's go ahead and make sure we've got the card going in the right direction, right? So we're going to place that right about there. All right, and then we'll put our smaller balloon. Let's put him down here, and I'm going to attach him to the sentiment so it comes off with the thing. And I'll do the same thing with this one. This one will have it. Actually, I think I'll attach this one up. Whoops. I think I'll attach this one. I don't know if I like that thread or not. Let's trim this up a little bit. I don't think, I probably should have left that tail a little bit longer. Well, this one we'll just lay it right here. So when they take the banner off, they'll, yeah, let's do it like that. What do y'all think? I don't know about that. Let me turn this around and look at it. It's okay. We could slide up the banner. There we go. We'll slide that up some. The tail should be longer. They don't look very nice, do they? All right, so there's the card. That one. And I think that's going to be too much, so we're not going to use this balloon. So we're supposed to put him off to the side. So there's a Slimline card, and we're just going to slide the banner off. The balloon stays on and open it up, and then you can put your sentiment. And what I'll do is add a piece of the designer paper right here when I get back to the other side of my other table. All right, so there's these two cards, and let me show you the other one that I think I made two more. Show you those just to give you some ideas again of what you can do. And then this one we're just going to slide right back up, and he's going to slide right underneath that balloon. So there's that one. Here's this one. And let me show you the other two that I made just to give you some more ideas. Get my stuff out of the way. Well, that didn't take as long, did it? All right, here's another one that I did. This is using that piece of paper that's just the all gold. And this is the Blackberry Bliss. And I did a piece of early espresso on here and then stamped the sentiment in Blackberry Bliss and tied some baker's twine. And then this is a 4 1/4 by 11. And then we'll put a piece of basic white on the inside. And this is where I use the dies. This one is from the Sunflower die set. And the other ones are from, I think it's from the Forever Fern, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so there's that one. So there's another card. And then here is the, oops, sorry, I showed you that one. This is the one I did. And then here's another one. I really like this one. I didn't add anything to the front because I really thought this paper is just too cute. I used this from the Dandy Garden stamp set. It's just those little wispy things. And then I just put Made with Love, the sentiment right here. And I used a piece of early espresso. This is 4 1/4 by, let's see, instead of 11, it's 11 minus 7. Is that right? Let me measure it, make sure. I think I cut like 1.5 inches off. Let me just make sure. And let's just confirm that. This is cut at, yeah, it is cut. Let me get it right to the edge. It is cut at 10 and yeah, I cut off 1 1/4, so it's 9 3/4. So it's 4 1/4 by 9 3/4. But isn't that? I just love that paper. I mean that paper right here does its own thing, so you don't even have to do anything with that, right? Isn't that cute? All right, so give me a minute. I'm gonna pull these up for a second. I'm gonna take you out of the phone holder. Bear with me. You're gonna see my hand, and yep, there we go. I'm back, and let me set you down here. Get that goofy thing out of the way. All right, so there we go, everyone. I am so sorry about this whole fiasco of my cards and the internet. But anyways, I thought I would just show you another quick way that you can use this beautiful paper. Isn't that just gorgeous? I love this paper. I mean, you really don't even have to do anything with this. And this one's the same. This paper here, all you do is cut it, right? And add something to it. So you can't go wrong with that. And then this one, you're just cutting out stuff to go behind it. What more could you ask for, right? So there you go. Thank you so much, you all. And again, I apologize for the craziness with the internet here at the Duval household, and for me not figuring out how to flip that little flop. I know there's something in here I can flip to make everything as so y'all aren't looking at it backwards. But anyways, okay. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Next week I am going to be doing a I think I'm going to do another fun fold. I'm not sure yet. We'll be thinking about that one. And then don't forget, this is a sympathy card. And this one we use the cinnamon cider cardstock. All right. Thanks again, everybody. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Make sure if you haven't already commented to do so. Oh, and hopefully everybody's still on. The names that were drawn last week for last week's cards was Karen Jo out of Bradenton, Florida, and Denise Valdenochi out of New York. So you all will be getting last week's cards, which is, I think that's the one that I did some watercoloring. I played around with inks and watercoloring. So I'll get those out to you in the mail tomorrow or the next day. All right. Thanks again, everyone. I greatly appreciate you watching, and I will see you next Tuesday. And if you need anything in the meantime, please let me know. Reach out to me. All right. Thanks again. Talk to you soon. Bye now.